Week 2 of the fantasy football season. Here's a few quarterbacks I have as sleepers this week. The first one, Justin Fields of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is surprisingly, Fields out there in 75% of fantasy leagues. We saw over the last couple seasons when healthy what he could do is Fields in terms of running the football and making plays. And I know last week wasn't a great outing for Fields, 156 pass yards, but 57 rush yards. And like I said, that's what he's going to bring. He's going to be running the football a whole lot, getting anywhere from 5-10 points per game rushing the football is Justin Fields. And we've seen him rush for 100-plus yards in some ball games. So this week, not the greatest of matchups at the Denver Broncos, but looks like once again Fields is going to be the starter for this Steeler team. And if he goes out there, decent performance, and the Steeler team improves to 2-0, I just don't know how they go to Russell Wilson. So surprisingly, people should know more of the track record of Justin Fields, that he's available in 85% of fantasy leagues. And this week, with a decent matchup at Denver, I think there's worse options than Fields, and he could carve out a decent ball games. Next sleeper, Bo Nix, staying in the same game. The Denver Broncos, Bo Nix, it wasn't a great debut for him at all. A lot of short passes and just a lot of safe play calling where he didn't really take shots down the field. But the one upside thing with Nix is he's going to run and get some rushing yards as well. When he did in that Week 1 loss at the Seahawks, 138 pass yards, threw 2 interceptions, ran the ball 5 times, 35 yards, and a rushing touchdown. So he definitely has some running upside as Bo Nix, and that's what you want to find with some of these quarterbacks who have at least some running upside besides obviously the elite passes with yards, and Tua and CJ Stroud, who don't run a lot. But Bo Nix, he's going to be running a lot this season. They're going to be trailing a lot this season, I believe, is this Denver Bronco team. And this week, more of the same versus a tough Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So I think Bo Nix could be a sleeper option. 2 quarterback leagues or deeper leagues, and he's available right now in 86% of fantasy leagues. And the final quarterback I have as a sleeper is Geno Smith of Seattle Seahawks. So Geno Smith actually cracked my top 20 as the 20th ranked quarterback going into the week with a decent matchup at the Patriots. In Week 1, Geno led them Seahawks to victory versus the Denver Broncos. 171 pass yards, a touchdown, interception, 30 rush yards, and a rushing touchdown. So Geno as well brings a little bit upside on running the football. And that's where you want some of these quarterbacks that can run and make plays and find different ways to score points besides dropping back 35, 40 times and always have to get those passing yards. So this week in New England, it's a tough matchup. New England usually has been good at home at Gillette Stadium. In Week 1, they shut down the Bengals offense to 10 points. But I think Geno Smith could go out there with the weapons he has, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith in the jig, but we'll see if Kenneth Walker plays in this game and have a decent game, and he's available in 66% of fantasy leagues. So that's a few quarterbacks I have as sleepers for Week 2 of the fantasy football season.